What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. And many of you guys have had a very, very interesting question about DEVIN HESTER and Tyreek Hill. Gmias, should I raid sell this guy Tyreek Hill and run around with DEVIN HESTER because he adds a different dynamic. Plus he gets, human joystick. A lot of you guys are really freaky about that. We're going to talk about some of the things that are going on within the game and try to figure out what makes it more appealing. Whether you should just, hang out with Tyreek Hill or go with DEVIN HESTER right now. So let's first talk about the price ranges. Now, remember guys, when you're talking about upgrading and downgrading cards, it's going to cost you training. So with the training factor, a lot of you guys don't equate it to coins, but it's a lot of coin value. For me, I'm raid selling people. I just go into a blind rage. I don't even care about it. But for those of you that grind and, pretty much you have to really watch everything that you're doing. You have to be very, very careful with the situation. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at DEVIN HESTER, and then we're going to take a look at Tyreek Hill. Now, overall, right now, Tyreek Hill, I was just typing his thing in. He obviously can get 99 speed with the theme team. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like if you go Kansas City Chiefs, whatever, you could do that. Right now, for me, he's a 98. DEVIN HESTER obviously just goes there with, Sprinter, John Madden coach. Very, very easy. So that's something that you could consider if you wanted to do it that way. It's a much easier process. That's a plus. Because what happens is when it's easier, we tend to do it without thinking about it. And it is what it is. Like we're like, all right, that seems to be a lot easier. So we'll just go with that version of what's going on with it. So when you look at what's going on, he's at 660 right now. His price will probably continue to drop. I'm in no rush to buy him simply because he's a trash wide receiver, but he's a great kick returner. And we know that Randy Moss is going to be coming. Deion Sanders already came. I was going to say him, but we know that Randy Moss is coming. Ideally for us though, we're probably not going to throw the ball a lot. If you watch my videos, you know that right now I told you guys, you make sure that you create a crazy O-line and you run that football every chance you get. You can run around, but the only way that you can run around in this game is with escape artists. And it depends on certain routes, but usually if you could find certain stock routes, the reason that I point that out, like stock routes with the out routes and the post, is because many of you guys think that you have to have another wide receiver with slot apprentice. You could just find playbooks with certain things in it. Right now, currently, I run the Oakland Raiders playbook, so it's more dominant with the actual run game, but there are plays in that where you have natural post routes and things of that nature where you can get outside the pocket and just throw the ball like an absolute idiot. But that's the only way that you can really pass the ball in Madden 20. Escape artist is key. All right, so I just wanted to point that out as well. Now, let's go ahead and analyze it, right? When you look at the fact that Tyreek Hill is powered up, he goes to a 98 speed, he can barely outrun a D tackle. Now, with the way that the game is designed, does it mean that DEVIN HESTER will be better when you put him on a streak? Like, would he be able to get open? You can look at the deep route running and you can see visibly that Tyreek Hill is a natural deep route runner. We have to be honest with ourselves. DEVIN HESTER was not a good wide receiver. He was an unbelievable kick returner, punt returner. Every time he got that ball in his hands, I was scared for the other team. But as a wide receiver, he just wasn't that good. That's just the honest truth of it. So when you look at the fact that, Tyreek Hill is actually a wide receiver, like he started off as like a deep route guy. He was, didn't really have anything else in his bag. He practiced off season, got his route running down. He's been a much better route runner this year. He's come in and he's shown his dominance. And, he's been hurt a little bit, but, he's turning into a much better wide receiver. So if you look at it from that aspect, you obviously would know Tyreek Hill should be and play better than DEVIN HESTER in Madden 20. But that's not the case, okay? That's not the case because the game doesn't work like that. They're both wide receivers, the route running and stuff like that. If you may see a difference if you try to run like a zig route, different things like that. You might see a little bit of, slowness in the break. If you have Hot Route Master and you put DEVIN HESTER on out routes and post, you may see some issues with that, with his cutting in and out. But I'm going based on streak, like speed, straight down the field. Can he get down the field? That's what the issue is going to be. Okay. Now, when you look at this is another thing that's very, very interesting. When you power him up, he's going to go to 96, 95 with the Excel. So he could probably get his Excel up a little bit. What is he going to go to, like a 97 or something like that with Sprinter? So he probably should be one of the fastest people in the game on the offense. All right. Does that mean that it's gonna happen? I don't want to tell you guys that, because then you guys gonna come back and rage at me like, yo, bro, this guy can't get off the press, dude. Listen, he probably has 0 beat press. Like, if we're being honest about it, like Devin Hester, yo, like this dude right here, dog, like he got a 99 speed, but that's pretty much it. Human joystick, great kick returner. My issue, okay, he has a 77 beat press. This guy couldn't beat press off of a dead squirrel. So that's going to be also, like, if you put him up against these guys like Denzel Ward and all these other savages with high press, you know, these guys are going to press him into the ground. That's a major thing that you guys need to understand. See, that attribute actually matters. You know, like EA Sports, like, you have to know what matters and what doesn't, and that's what wins you games and loses you games. Because some of us would just look at it like, yo, he's 99 speed. You know, like back in the day, like Madden 10, 11, 12, you would look at it like, yo, he got 99 speed. Yo, we good. And you were good. Because as soon as he started running, you could see the difference between both players. That's no longer the case. Warp tackling has been activated in this game. So people can keep up with you that's not supposed to be there. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. It's been going on for 5 years. So obviously it's just part of the game at this point. So you're going to have to be able to deal with the fact that even if you are matched up against somebody that doesn't have anywhere near the speed that you have, you are still going to be contained. For instance, Tyreek Hill can run past the corner that he's way faster than, and you'll throw the ball to him, and the corner will speed burst and be right next to him. That is very, very bad, but it's part of the game. So I want you guys to understand this. And then he does start off with protective custody, so he won't fumble the ball to start. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, if you're going to go ahead and put him on your team and you activate him to give him human joystick and probably return man or whatever other stuff he gets, you have to deal with the fact that you're taking one of the abilities off of your offense, because I don't think that they're going to count him as special teams. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have to deal with that. That is something that's going to be a major factor within your lineup, because that's what he does. So we're going to have to watch that going forward, but you can actually try it out and see if it makes any sense. He is an inch taller. What does that mean? Nothing to me, because a 4'3" guy, you know, he picks me off when I got Randy Moss. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm throwing the ball to Randy Moss. It's a high point, and a 4'3" corner safety, you know, Tyrann Mathieu, he just jumps out like the honey badger, and he's picking it off and running for 6. And while he's running it for 6, he's waving at my moms in the crowd. It's a very, very wild situation. But the game has certain things that are very, very crazy that you have to adjust to. So if you're planning on rage selling your player to get a Devin Hester, this is how it's going to work. Let me show you what's going to happen real quick so you guys have an idea. If you go ahead and you rage sell your Tyreek Hill, let's just point out a couple things that's going to happen. Number one, they're not going to go to 100 speed, right? So Devin Hester is going to be, you know, a certain amount for a certain period of time. These are the prices of his card now. There was a point when Tyreek Hill's power was over 100K. Everybody understands at this point, this dude's garbage, so it don't really matter. And then even with his 91 overall, you'll get about 300. All right, yeah, 300 is, yeah, you're gonna get that. Like, if you put this up for like 299, he'll sell instantly. So let's just do the math. You're gonna get about 340K. You know, something around those. It's gonna be something weird around those numbers. You're gonna get 340K. So you'll get half of what Devin Hester is worth, but then you also need training. Don't forget the training. Many of you guys forget training, and it costs you. I don't want it to cost any of you guys. When you're rage selling your players, because I'm an expert rage seller, you have to evaluate where you're going to get the training from. All right. So as you're going ahead and getting half of the training down, understand that you're going to have another threat on the field. But ideally, is he going to be able to make plays the way that you want him to make plays? And are you willing to put an attribute on him that you know is not going to, you know, it's not going to do anything. Like, for instance, I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek into what's going on with my squad, right? If you look at my team right now, I don't need Troy Aikman. I've realized this now. Troy Aikman is garbage, right? But it's not about Troy Aikman being garbage. Like the field generals, I used to think, you know, having the identifier, you know, all that stuff, hot route master, it really doesn't matter. If you want to throw the football in this game, you have to have escape artists. That's pretty much what it is. If you want to be a complete idiot, put dashing Deadeye on your quarterback. And those are the things that work. And that's what I want you guys to use. I don't want you guys to try to recreate the wheel. I want you guys to win games. That's why I do this for you guys. Because, you know, ideally, the game has become so polluted with the abilities that makes the games like impossible. Like, you know, you come out, you think you're blitzing everybody, you got the quarterback, he runs escape artist, he runs around in the backfield with his eyes closed and throws a dot. That's why Andrew Luck is so good and he's still one of the best quarterbacks. So if you think about it along those lines, I really have no use for Troy Aikman going forward, because I've realized that you run the football and then you use escape artists and then you do whatever you want. Now, there are people that can contain escape artists, so you can't just hike the ball and run, but it does give you more time in the pocket to be able to, you know, get things open. Just so you know, because it's not so easy to just blitz you every play when you have escape artists on. So, you know, right now, ideally, this guy is useless. If we're being realistic about it, Tyreek Hill, because he can't burn anybody anyway with 98 speed. So most of us will say, Gmi, why not? Why not go 99 speed? You guys are absolutely right. I'm not gonna, you know, debate with you guys if you guys are right. The thing is, how much does deep route running matter to you? How much do these other chems matter to you? Do you think that it means anything? If it doesn't, then it's a no-brainer. You get half of what, you know, this guy's going for right now. You get half of it with 300 and something K, and then you just go ahead and you upgrade him. But I'm not ready yet to do that, because I know I'm going to have to then go ahead and get Randy Moss, even though Randy Moss probably will be useless because I run the ball all the time. He would still be a threat. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just visible. You'll be able to see that, okay, this guy has Randy Moss. He has a 99 speed with the NFL 100, and he starts off with Moss. Somebody's getting Moss. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's going to change it. And then now, EA Sports was smart. They gave us the corners first. So there's no excuse. We're going to have to put, you know, abilities on our corners, because Randy Moss is going to cause chaos. And if you don't have somebody that has those abilities to start the game, you are going to be getting mossed every single chance that your opponent gets. And that's when Dashing Deadeye and Escape Artists are going to be even more OP, because you'll be able to run around like an idiot and throw the ball anywhere near him, and he will be able to catch it. And that's the key about the game. So should you rage sell him? I would watch it if you're coined, like right now I'm dead broke with 991,000, and a lot of you guys be like, what are you talking about? That's crazy talk. Yeah, it is, but I can't do anything with that. Like, if I buy one card, I can't buy another one. So I'm not really balling out here. I got to get my paper up, dog. My paper's mad low. So looking at it from that aspect, if I get the 300K and I buy him, right, I'm going to have to spend another 300. So mathematically speaking, is that making sense for me? Is that going to make sense for your team? Ideally, if you're just going by the speed, you should rage sell Tyreek Hill now and just have Devin Hester. Because even when Tyreek Hill gets another card, he's still 5'10", and he's still going to only have 99 speed. And even with all the other chems and everything, EA has made it so they don't go over the 100 speed threshold. I miss the days with the golden tickets like Bo Jackson with 99 speed and 102 excel. Like, those were the days. Now, it's just 99 speed. And then you got a D tackle that's 45 speed, that's manned up with him and running up the field with him, and it's crazy. But those are parts of the game, and we all been there. If you've had a D tackle defend you all the way up the field, write D tackle in the comments, or just write DT, because we've all been there, and it's so infuriating, but it's part of the game. Let me know if you're going to be rage selling Tyreek Hill for Devin Hester, or you're going to wait for Randy Moss. Leave it in the comments. Have a blessed day. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.